Hello, I'm Trudy, One Grounded Angel. This is my weekly angel card reading for the week starting June 27 through to July the 1st, 2016. So a theme that's been coming up a lot in the cards and in my dealings with other people, clients and just people around me has been around friendship, which is a really important connection that we form with people because it's a source of support for us, a source of inspiration, and also an opportunity for us to learn. We learn about ourselves through the people that we're around, how we respond to them and how they respond to us. So they can be challenging in that way, but they also reflect back what's going on with us internally. Some of the issues that can arise is women in particular have a tendency to hold on to friendships that are no longer working out of a misplaced sense of guilt sometimes. So, that saying, life is a balance of learning when to let go and when to hold on. And I think friendships is something that really kind of relates to that message. So a lot of the messages that have been coming up have been knowing when to walk away and when to put more time into a friendship and how to best nurture a friend and be a friend. So it'll be interesting to see whether that comes up in the cards today. I know it did on Sunday, so it seems like I get a sense that it's a continuing theme. So we'll start with Monday, that's the 27th of June, and see what is in store for us. So just shuffling the cards. Oh. Patience. So this could relate to friendships after all. But actually what they're saying is it's not about friendships in this case. It's about what we are wanting and working towards in our lives. So divine timing is what it's called, when the universe determines when things will come to us. And often, we live in a society of instant gratification and we want things now, which is totally understandable. However, the universe will only give us things when it's the right time, and it knows sometimes we need more time and to learn more lessons before what we want can turn up. And that might be a business that you're working towards, it might be a relationship that you're asking for. What this message is saying is to have patience with the process. Everything is playing out exactly as it should, and I know I say that a lot, but it's true. We can't accelerate that process. Well, we can actually, that's not true. We can accelerate the process by working hard and doing work on ourselves to make sure we're in the best position to receive those gifts and those blessings and those new opportunities. But we can't accelerate it unnecessarily. It has to happen when the timing is right, and we're not in charge of that. So have patience. I know you're not yet where you want to be, but you will get there. So keep believing, and it's normal to be frustrated that when you're hitting obstacles and hold-ups, but one way that you can kind of stay on track is by remembering that this is part of a larger plan, and where you are now is not where the story ends. So that's Monday. Moving on to Tuesday the 28th. Oh, wow, that one jumped out quickly. Creative project. Now, I know a lot of people say, oh, I'm not creative. That's not true. We're all creative. It just manifests in different ways. So just because you don't think you're very good at drawing or writing doesn't mean you're not creative. So creativity can be in our parenting, our cooking, the way we approach problems, the way we approach our daily lives. They are saying, particularly around this middle of the year, some of us start to feel like we're in a rut and in a routine. And they're saying some creative thought can really help us get out of that pattern of feeling like we're stuck in a bit of Groundhog Day kind of situation happening. So really engage your creative brain. Creativity is actually how would I describe it? It's like a channel that the universe manifests through us. So I'm a writer. My good ideas, I can't claim them really. They come to me from the universe and my intuition. So, I do claim them because they were given to me for me to use, and that's kind of the exchange of energy that happens there, and that's how it works. So the universe can give us the inspiration we need. We've got to have the motivation and find that ourselves and make the time to do something with it. So whether that's for you a project, as the card says, that you've been thinking about doing, and this may speak to you as a bit of a hurry up to get going on that, or it may be more of how you can use your creative brain to change something within your life that's maybe not working for you. So you'll know what that means for you. On Wednesday with my giant 88 card deck, you notice I don't use this one every time, and that's because it's really awkward to shuffle, and particularly in midwinter as it is here, when my hands are really cold. Okay, solutions. Oh, that's interesting. That follows on from what we just had for the Tuesday. So it's about finding, obviously, solutions and how those can come from the universe. So sometimes we feel very frustrated because we have a challenge and we can't see how to resolve it, but this card reminds us that the solutions come from the universe. The universe always knows how to fix things for us. I say fix. It doesn't really regard what we regard as problems itself. It sees them as opportunities. So again, patience is being highlighted. I don't know how well you can read that, but the word patience has come up here, and they're drawing a line under it for me to tell you guys to really pay attention to that. Patience. It's normal to be frustrated, as I said before, but the universe is playing a long game, so hang in there, and don't try not to let those frustrations make you quit or change tack. Self-control, which is also on this card, is a big part of that. I'm a bit, I get a bit stroppy when things aren't going, what I perceive as not going my way, and I have a tendency to walk away and quit in those situations. And I think one of my life lessons here is to learn to be more patient and to trust the universe better, which I suspect is a challenge for all of us. Success. They are saying success will come your way, but you're not there yet. Don't despair. Thursday, the last day of June. Playfulness. I like this card. It's really fun, which is obviously the theme of the card as well. We don't make time for fun very well. We tend to be focused on work and getting shit done. But playfulness, they're reminding us here, is a really important thing to do. It's not time wasted, it's time well spent. The thing about when you are having fun, you go into your vibration changes, and it is actually easier for the universe to talk to you when you're in that zone, because you haven't got your kind of stressy mental energy going on. So it's good for you to have fun. Obviously, your whole life is not a party. That's not how it works, unless you're a celebrity, and I strongly suspect that they are not having a lot of fun either. However, we need to make more time for fun, because it's healthy. It gets our endorphins flowing, and it also helps us to reconnect better and get the information and the information that we need, and to help us feel more on track, I guess. Even though we're taking time off what we're working on to have fun, we feel on track because we feel better about ourselves. It's that satisfaction thing. You know, life is not supposed to be a constant slog. We're here to have some fun as well. Are they also saying, sorry, I'm trying to download all this information. So they're also saying that even though it's Thursday, we have a tendency to be, particularly people who work Monday to Friday, which I know is not all of you, but for those who are, there's a tendency to be focused on what day is it today? I'm focused on work. There are opportunities to bring in some light energy into your work as well, because it's Thursday. So this may not necessarily be play, although if you can do that, for sure. But to bring in some spontaneity or some laughter into your workplace, or the way that you approach work dilemmas. Dilemmas is the wrong word, but work challenges and projects. So there's kind of a repetitive theme there with the creative idea as well. So I feel like what's happening here is the angels are really inspiring us or challenging us to lift out of that zone of, my life is this. It's, seeing our life as a constant pattern of work, sleep, exercise, etc. And instead to engage the part of our brain that's not focused on the slog and the hustle, but is all about connecting to the universe and is about being creative and having fun and all those really cool kind of energies that make us feel good and also can bring us different results. Elizabeth Gilbert obviously writes a lot about this. She has that book, Big Magic. Creativity is a really amazing gift, and it's not a gift that is only given to the artists out there. It's given to all of us. We just have to remember that we have the ability to do that, and it might not necessarily look like what it looks like for the next person. So moving on to Friday, the 1st of July, new month, clean slate. Let's see what's going to come up. Don't back down. So this is really about not compromising. It's really, and going back to your core values. If you're in a dispute with someone, or someone is trying to push something onto you that doesn't sit with you, they're really saying make sure that you stand up for yourself and what you believe in. If it's important to you because it's part of your values, then stand up for that. But also don't back down in terms of what you're working towards. So you can see how that connects to the cards we've had in terms of staying the course, staying on track, not being discouraged, and continuing what you started. So there's two different meanings there, but they're the same. They're about going back to what's important to you in terms of your values and what you want to achieve. So that's encouraging. Looking at the cards that we had, so we didn't really get anything about friendship that came up, but there's always opportunities for us to be thinking about the way that we are interacting with others. That's the word I'm looking for. The way that we're interacting with others, because that tells us a little something about ourselves. And it may be that we need our friends on our side for dealing with some of these things as well. So do keep thinking about that. So we've got patience, we've got creativity, we've got solutions, finding new ways to solve problems, and also being patient. Thursday we've got playfulness, and here we've got don't back down, staying on track, and not compromising. So some really beautiful messages here this week. A bit of a lighter energy, which I feel we need, because it's really important to make sure our lives are not routine, and because that's when we start to feel bored, and then we can make some really bad choices to try in terms of perhaps nutrition, in terms of starting fights. All sorts of things can go wrong there, and we can start to look for something in our lives that we need to change, when in actual fact maybe it's just the way we approach what's happening in our lives rather than the relationship or the job. Instead of looking at that big stuff, we're just going, oh, I probably just need a holiday. Maybe you do just need a holiday, but maybe you also need to look at the way that you are going about your day-to-day life. So a card has jumped out as I was just talking there and moving the cards to a side. It's not for all of you. It's just for some of you who are wanting to start new things. It's a fertility card, and I'm not going to put this on my social media because it's only for some of you who are watching this card. They're saying now that could be about actual reproduction and fertility for those of you who are struggling to conceive, wanting, and they're reiterating that in regards to what we've just had in terms of patience and not being discouraged, but also just in terms of you starting new projects. They're encouraging you to go forward with that. I really don't want to spend much more time talking about this because it's only for some of you. You'll know if it's you, and it's going to mean different things to those of you who it does speak to. So I'm just going to let that one go for now, but they did want me to talk about that to you. But these are the cards I'll be putting on social media and giving a bit more detail to. So if you're not already following me, my Instagram is @OneGroundedAngel. My Facebook page is called One Grounded Angel, and you can find me blogging about spiritual stuff and just life at my blog onegroundedangel.com. Have an amazing week, and if you've had any interesting sort of responses to these cards. Perhaps something's going on in your life that has come up as a result of seeing this. I'd love to hear about it. I love hearing from you and hearing about how these cards help you. Thanks so much. Have an amazing week, and I will look forward to reading for you again next week.